Good evening. Hello, everybody. Hello, Michelle. Michelle Ann Borgo. Hello. How are you? Hello, everybody. We've just connected to Facebook Live for tonight's show. So we'll just wait till we get a few people on board here. And if you can let me know that you can hear me okay, please. I don't have my microphone on me tonight, so I'm just using Phillip Island. Hello, Miranda. So if you can someone can just let me know that you can actually hear me would be fantastic, please. Obviously you can see me. So I just want to check that the sound is okay, if you would. Hi, Jeanette. Pop into your comments where you're from. Thank you, Sophie. Fantastic. Miranda is joining us from Phillip Island in Victoria. Fantastic. So Michelle and Sophie, let me know where you're joining us in from, please. Miranda, sound is perfect. Beautiful. Can hear me, Michelle. Thank you. Luna is joining us from Brisbane. She can hear us. Oh, cool. Everybody's hearing me. Sorry. I got a little bit rushed to join the live, and normally I have my beautiful microphone connected to me. And I went live and I went, oops, I haven't got my microphone on. So we will just go with what we have now, and that's okay because everybody is coming on and quite a few people have said they can hear me. So we're hearing and seeing, which is fantastic. So beautiful. All right. So just before we get started, as I say, that's okay, Luna. Just pop in where you're from, Lisa Paul, Country, Victoria, Melbourne, because I love seeing where everybody comes from. You know, I have lots of people who join me in my lives from not just interstate and local in New South Wales, but also international. So I love to see where everybody is coming from. FNQ, not too sure what that means. Michelle, FNQ, Far North Queensland. Sorry, Penny just dropped you. That was a moment on my behalf, wasn't it? Sorry, my friend. Sorry. Just realised, been a bit busy right up until me having this live. So just connect my energies in to it all. Beautiful. Okay. So it's 6:03 p.m. in the southern area of Sydney in New South Wales. Hi, Margie, Jane, Carly, Michelle, Jeanette, Katrina, Lisa, Luna, Jackie. We have Jane, Sophie, Samantha. I think I may have said your name. I can't remember. Sorry, there's so many people on here. Fantastic to see you all. And people are still joining us, so that's great. That's great. So for those who are just joining, hi, Susan. Thank you. Fantastic. So Susan has liked and shared my business page. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. First timer from regional Victoria is Jackie. Fantastic. Beautiful. So like Susan Robbins has done, she's gone into my business page and liked it and shared it. So if you have a look at the blurb that I put in there for tonight's show, besides the topic, I've also asked that you go to my business page, and there should be a link there for you. And you click on that link and you can go in and like and share my business page. Come back in here and say that you have liked and shared it, followed by the word done, if you can remember, or just put you have liked and shared it, because those people then, you know, I can see that you've done that, and that's the exchange of energy to be able to be picked for a reading tonight. Okay, so like and share my business page, and that way you can also follow me on my business page as well, because I do lives in there as well and do posts and so on. So it's another way of you being connected to all things wonderful. So Susan, I'm going to put you on my list, my love, for a reading because you were the first one to do that. So before I lose you, Susan Robbins, I'm just going to jot some names down whilst I'm seeing them for the reading. Sorry, there's a message on my system. Jane, the link should be in the blurb I've put in there. So just have a look and it should be in there. My business name is Pathway to Peace, and the I'll pop this in. Just give me a second. Sorry, I'll just copy this and get back over here. I'll pop it into the comments again, but it should be in the pre-blurb. Okay, Miranda. And whilst I'm doing this, a few more people will come aboard. So Miranda, I've put you down for a reading. Thank you, Angel. Yep, Pathway to Peace. I'm just going to pop this in the blurb here. Okay. Okay, I've just popped up the link for my community. Won't let me get into it. Said not too sure what's going on there because some people have actually liked and shared it, Angel, so I'm not too sure what's happening there. I've got a few people on here who have shared it. So Jane McGarvey, you have liked and shared the page, and there was someone else, Luna, yep, Luna Joy, okay, Katie Walters. Okay, I'll just write a couple more down and hopefully we get to all the ones that I've written down plus a couple more. Carly Ladson. So just stay with me, everybody, because I don't do the readings straight away. I usually do a bit of a chat and a talk and some talk about so we can nurture you and understand all sorts of learnings and so forth is usually what I do first before I do the readings, because I can see that I have a few new people on here that I haven't seen before, so that's really good. And Lisa Paul says that done, so that's really good. Angel, let me know if you get in. And Jackie O'Sullivan. Yeah. Okay, Jane, I'll just say there, yes, there is apparently some problems with connecting through mobile phones at the moment because my web lady has also just not long sent me a message to say that even to do PayPal payments through websites and so forth at the moment are not working when you're using your phone, okay? So there's obviously a problem with phones at the moment. So Susan, all right, I'm just going to write down one more name and then we'll get on with having a chat first and then hopefully get into some readings. Okay. Katie, I've got you down. Alrighty, so I'm just going to read the names out that I've got so far. And I've also got my mobile phone going too, folks, so every now and then you'll see me look there because sometimes, for some reason, when we're doing these lives, all the comments don't come up on the screen, but you can catch them on your phone. So I'm just keeping my eye on that too. Okay, so the people I've got so far are Susan Robbins, Miranda Godina, Jane McGarvey, Luna Joy, Katie Walters, Carly Ladson, Lisa Paul, Susan Bourne, Michelle Ann Borgo. So at the moment, I know there's a lot of people on here who want a reading, but I'm sure you all understand that in the hour show that we can't get to everybody. Only occasionally I will do a whole show of readings because I do like to be present and talk to you and with you as well. So tonight I just wanted to talk to you about something that's been it's been coming up. So for those who don't know me, my name is Trish Murray, and I am the founder of Pathway to Peace. It's actually Pathway to Peace Healing Centre, but I always just call it Pathway to Peace. And I'm a soul coach practitioner. I'm also a certified crystal therapy practitioner, where I go in and do healings using the crystals, and we do clearing for inner child work and so forth, and blockages. I'm also a Reiki master and teacher, certified Women's Circle, certified Women's Circle facilitator, psychic medium, and so forth. So I have a lot of tools in my box that I use. And when I work with people, I bring all of my tools in. And I am very much about working with the soul. And the work that I do in my programs is working with the soul and empowering you now in this life, okay, with the spiritual and the emotional and the physical. And when we do this work, it's all about standing in your power. Now, a question that I popped on there tonight in the blurb, if in the blurb, where I mentioned the topic was about being empowered. And can you remember a time when you were empowered? Can you remember an event or a time or when it was, and what it is that you were doing and experiencing that you felt a moment of complete and utter empowerment, where your whole being just really opened up? You felt it so strong, absolutely so strong. And it was a moment where it really stopped you in your tracks. It really stopped you. You stopped and you went, wow, what the hell was that? What was that I felt? And you could have felt it was simply just in your heart in that moment, that empowering moment. And it may have been a time where you were doing a workshop, you were being mentored by someone, you were having a healing session or a reading. It could have been anything. You could have been simply just been doing a tarot card workshop, learning how to use cards and things. But there was a moment in there where it really hit you. It really made you stop in your tracks and you went, wow, what just happened? It's like that penny dropped. Something in you connected deeply within your inner core, within your being, and it made you stand up. And in that moment, you stood up and you really took notice and you went, wow, that has made a change in me. I felt that. And you may have even been reduced to emotions of crying. And they could have been tears of joy or tears of sadness. Doesn't really matter. But you stood in that empowering moment. And I know for me, one of my empowering moments, working with the soul and working through, I was drawn to do the soul coaching work. It just happened to come my way. And I was going through a time, I've been doing this work for quite a long time, but I also had time out in my life where I stepped back from doing what I do for others, teaching, mentoring, doing readings. And, I used to do a lot of public work, a lot of public psychic fairs. I used to be on what we call platform, which is on stage, or so to speak, where I would do readings for people and so on. And I walked away from that for a while because I felt there was something not right within me. I need time out. And that time out went for a while. And I was happy to disassociate myself from it. And in that happiness, I really found myself. And I just got on with life. I was still connected, but I wasn't doing it for other people. I had an occasional client, and I was really happy with that. And then I just kept walking forward, and I was living, and I was enjoying my friends and going out. And, I love dancing. I do Sarok dancing and all sorts of things. And I love music, and I love live bands, and I love loud music when I'm out seeing it. And I just got into life, and I found that I became very empowered in there. but in the knowing that there was something coming for me, but I just didn't know what it was. And what came my way was doing soul programs. It came my way. And I went and I did the soul programs. And within that soul program that I did, oh my God, the connection and the understanding that I found for myself about me. And what I learned was that I was perfectly okay how I was. And I was perfectly okay in accepting myself, not just in my perfections that I feel I have, and that is things about me that are perfect for me. I'm not saying I am perfect, because none of us are, but we're perfect for ourselves in many ways. But I delved deep and went into my imperfections and the things that I didn't like, or perhaps I didn't think about correctly or connect to, and so on. And I really connected in, and I really brought everything to the surface, and I just allowed it through the program that I was doing, incorporated with working with the elements of air, water, earth, and fire. And when we connected all with the elements, and we really go into the blocks of what's happening within us and why we're there and what the feelings are, and all the while creating our story, and we find out why I'm always running around in the air, why I'm up here, or perhaps why my belly is always burning, I'm deep in the fire, or why I just seem to be skimming and can't make decisions because I'm not grounded, not walking on the earth and not connecting to all, connecting to all that I need to be connected with, but all about me. Remember, this is, being with you. And in this program, it was so much learning. The questions were being asked. We worked with questions. We did journaling. We had exercises to do. It just wasn't just sitting and someone mentoring you and talking to you about the soul and delving deep and all this sort of stuff. It was active. I was active. And when you're active, my God, the empowerment comes. And then I had this really big empowering moment. And that empowering moment was during my time doing the work, was doing a soul collage. Now, you've all heard of vision boards, where we do our vision board. Hello to everyone who's just joining. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here with me. It's wonderful. So when, you've heard people talk about vision boards, and we get the cardboard and we gather pictures and words and bits and pieces and butterflies and decorations and all sorts of things. And we create our vision, and we create the vision for what we want forward. Okay, so, I want that job, and I want this house, and I want, that body, I want to be thin, and I want this type of man, and I want that car, and I want the house, and, all this sort of stuff. Whereas the soul collage is, when we break it down, what you do is you actually get into you. And you bring in elements of the going forward, what you're aiming for. Yes, I want that house. Yes, I want to eat more fresh fruit and vegetables. I want to be healthier. This is my ideal partner that I would like to bring in. There is the future stuff there, but you actually start now and you delve deep into what you're carrying now, okay? And you intuitively start there. It just happens when you're doing the soul collaging. And then you do this whole collage and you gather pictures and you gather words, and those pictures and words are gathered in that moment that you start that collage. It's not premeditated. And you connect with pictures and visions and so forth. It's just amazing how you connect in that moment. And then once the collage is done, we break it down into 9 houses. So we start at the beginning, we start at the bottom, we go up, and we go up and up the columns, and we see the whole of your story come together. The story where you've been and what's happening, and the story that you're gradually creating, and the story that you're going to work towards. But in a moment there of working through what's been going on and what is sitting within you in the moment, in the soul, is empowering. And it was empowering for me because whilst I was doing it, I actually felt a great thud in my chest, and it was my heart, and it was like great big doors of a bank vault opened, and I actually felt it thump in my chest and go bang, and it opened. It was the most amazing moment I've ever felt in my life. And I broke down. I was emotional. I cried and I cried and I cried. And the people around me just held sacred space for me. They just allowed me to connect and do that and be with it. And it was the most amazing thing. And it was all about the self-love. It was all about loving, but loving me for who I was in my beauty and in my not so beauty moments. But it was beautiful because clearly I had been doubting my self-love, my self-ability to be who I was, to be empowered. And in that moment, I was empowered with love and my heart just burst. And it literally did bang like the vault doors of a bank. It was the most amazing experience. So, these experiences are what make us stand for who we are. And this is really important. And I find that a lot of us at the moment need to realise how important we are to self, not to other people, okay? We spend a lot of our time trying to create a world where people will accept us, and everybody naturally wants to be loved by others and accepted by others. But clearly, if you're not, hello Amanda, and good morning to you. Where are you linking in from, Amanda? Obviously international because you're in the morning time. Let us know where you're from. So, when we're wanting everybody else to give us what we're seeking, it doesn't work. We still stay in this space. And when we become empowered, we realise that everything that we have is in our temple, in our own house, as some people like to call it. So to be empowered is one of the most fantastic things. So the empowering moments that you've had and the empowering moments that you can continue to have, are the times where you grow and you remind yourself how powerful you are and how much you love yourself, and that you can make your decisions. You can be who anybody that you want to be. You don't want to be just anybody, as they say. You want to be you, okay? Don't be just anybody. Be just you, and that's all about the self-empowerment. So this is where all this stuff, really, it can just explode. It can just break you so open. And I'm seeing a lot of you on here making, comments about your Manchester. Fantastic. UK. Wonderful to have you here, Amanda. Fantastic. So you can see how your empowering moments, you can actually make them something. Don't just ignore them. Don't just have them and then keep walking and not acknowledge them and not have them in your life, because, they can be. I'm seeing a lot of you on here talking about empowering moments, looking back at your journey, self-love, strength. Yes, it can help you break away from toxic family chains and so forth, but it is all purely, when we do this work, it's all about you. And yes, it will have a roll-on effect for your environment. And when we do the soul circles and soul programs, it is about you and who you are and your soul, delving deep and working with that and doing everything that you can to make the changes. But you've got to be committed, to stand up to what doesn't feel right for you, but to stand up and know that it's okay to accept your imperfections and learn them and understand them, because you've got them for a reason. And working with the soul helps you to understand what these reasons are. Why do I have these imperfections? Well, because without them, you're not you. Very simply, you're not you. We need the yin and the yang. We need, the black and the white. We need the differences. We need the male, the female. So many components, make up everything about us. So, it's flaws and all, and it's heart-centered work that we need to do. Self-sabotage can come in when we want to do this work. We self-sabotage ourselves because we think, Sometimes we think we don't have to do the work. We've got it all worked out. None of us have it all worked out. It's a forever job. It really is. But once you start to get into it, it is just an amazing space to be working in, an amazing space. And the way we can do that is also by gathering together as a gathering in a circle, in a soul circle. So I'll talk about the soul circle shortly. You can join me for Soul Circle. It starts in October, and I'll talk about that before I close the show off. So if you want to know some more about the Soul Circle, I will speak about that, but I really want you to think about the empowering moments in your life and everything that I've talked about, because you can bring this together, okay? You can really bring this all together if you do the work. But by doing the work, you don't have to be alone to do that. You can have the support and you can be given the tools to be able to do this. And once we receive tools, it's amazing how more confident we become in knowing that, I suppose for some you think of it as light at the end of the tunnel, and it certainly is. So I'll speak a little bit more about how you can join me for Soul Circle to, really connect and have those empowering moments and really open yourself up. And also in conjunction, as I said earlier on, working with the elements, air, water, earth and fire. Air is, all the thoughts and the earth being grounded, fire in the belly, water, all the emotional stuff and so forth, and connecting it in with everything about you, your spiritual, emotional being, and also tallying it up with your physical body, because the emotional and the spiritual, when you work on that, when you get down deep into the levels and you do the exercises and the learning and you do the journaling, and in the circle I take you on your own soul journey, and I guide you through that soul journey. So it's not meditation as in what you would know meditation is. You're completely conscious. You don't go off into another space. You are in your space, in the present, and I guide you to meet and greet and hear and listen to what your soul has to say to you, the information and the messages. And you also have the opportunity to ask your soul any questions that you may have. So this is all part of the Soul Circle work as well. And it's very empowering when you get in and you speak with your soul and you hear what your soul has to say. And it's always loving, it's always nurturing. Your soul never pulls you apart. It's ego that pulls you apart. You know that voice you get in your head, ego? That's the voice. That's the one that pulls you apart. Your soul is always loving you, is always kind. So self-sabotage has been a big, thing of late for many people for many reasons, As I say, always due to the environment, not getting into the environment and the why and wherefores. We all are having an experience at the moment, but we can make this an empowering experience, okay? And the beautiful thing is now that, we can do this together without having to be in the same room. And this is another one of the most empowering things that I have found, because I can invite you to be with me and we can be together. And we don't have to leave our lounge rooms. You can do it in your pajamas, but you're there and you're committed and you're doing, and you can do this. It's a wonderful space that we can now come together. And I think that's another important issue that I just wanted to say, how important it is for us all to be together, because our lifestyles, our environments have changed. They're still changing, and they're going to continue to change as they would. So, that energy spiral, that vortex of energy, is forever spinning, and we need to get it spinning in a calm manner and in a manner that you can connect and relate to, and you can hear with clarity. That's another important thing that we need. So I'm going to do a few readings now. So if you've got any questions about anything that I have expressed here tonight, please send me a message, because I won't have time on here, obviously, to be able to answer all of those questions. pop your questions. You can go into my business page and you can send me a private message. So for anybody who would like to contact me and chat to me about joining my circle, send me a private message and we'll set up a Zoom and we can get you understanding circle a bit more, or if you wanted another service from me, you can see my services on my website, www.pathwaytopeace.com.au. Pop in there, you can go in and do the bookings and so forth. And once you go in and you book and you go through PayPal, I am then in contact with you to give you some more information and organise sessions and times with you. The reason I do it that way is because I'm working on a new booking system. So at the moment, that's how it all happens. My Soul Circle starts on Tuesday evenings, Australian Eastern Standard Time in Sydney at 7:30 p.m. on the 13th of October, and it will go for 8 weeks. Okay, so pop in there and have a look and go in and book and pay for your space so that you can join me for Soul Circle. So I'm going to do some readings now, and I am going to use these cards here. And I'm going to start with Susan Robbins. So I hope that you're still here, Susan. I hope everyone is still here. As I say, I would like to read for everybody on here, but it's not possible. Mike Walker from California. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. So how I'll be doing the readings tonight is drawing a card, and we'll be going with the energy and the information that the card brings. Now, I am a psychic medium and I do mind-to-mind connection, but because we're in such a quick space, I can't always do that all the time. So this is why we pull out the card. I have done it quite a few times where I connect with loved ones and so forth, but tonight it's going to be a card. Susan is still here and Carly's still here. That's great. All right, Susan, you have 4 of water. Now, everything we've been talking about tonight with elements. 4 of water, missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Susan, I hope you can see that. It's a very blue card. Obviously, water is very blue, and it also connects with speaking your truth, the throat chakra, okay? Throat chakra. And that is, obviously, speaking your truth, missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Now, you can actually open your eyes, Susan, by opening your throat chakra and speaking your truth. Thank you, Miranda. Okay, so there's a lot of things going on in your life is what's coming through with the energy of this card, and you are floating there quite a bit. It's a bit, almost looks like it's murky, doesn't it? So you need to be clearing your pathways. What I'd like to see you do is grab some pen and paper, please, Susan. Write down your priorities. I think you need to get your priorities, because in there you're missing the boat. Excuse the pun with the water, but you're missing the boat. You need to get all your eggs lined up, but you'll find when you line them up, there's egg number 6 is missing, is what they're saying. Egg number 6. So get that pen and paper, write down all your priorities. You're going to come up with the first 5 eggs. You're going to come up with the next lot of eggs, but egg number 6 is where you're stuck. Okay. So in other words, you know where you are here now, you know where you want to go, but there's something in the middle that you really want to connect with and get going, and it is an opportunity, but it's opportunity of more peace within you, but you need to connect it with talking about relationship as well. So you need to have a look at that. I'll leave that there with you so that I can get to some other people. And Miranda, I'm going to show you a card. Sorry, I just lost my screen. I'm sorry, I knocked the screen. I beg my pardon. So I'm going to draw a card for you as well. So this is for Miranda Godina. Now, Miranda, you have the Emperor, Archangel Michael, organisation and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. Okay, all right. I feel you've got some study. If you're not already doing study, Miranda, you're going to. Okay. There's a pathway that you want to take. It's more learning. It's more adding more tools to your kit bag. Okay. And I'm not necessarily talking about, you know, your spiritual and emotional connections here. It's about everything, okay? About everything. But you need to actually call in Archangel Michael. He is wandering around you. He's been wandering around you for a while, is what the energy is saying here, okay? And you need to sit still long enough to speak with him. You need to have a conversation. You will be a leadership, and children are involved. They're saying children are involved. So I hope that that makes sense to you. Love to get into deeper readings with everybody, but as you know, we have to be quick. So if anybody wants to have a full reading with me, you can go into my website. I hope that makes sense to you, Miranda. Jane McGarvey, let me know if you're still here, my love. Let me know if you're still here. Going to read for Jane. Jane, I'm going to pull a power card for you, and I nearly lost the lot then. So going to pull a power card. Jane, here's your power card. Ace of Gabrielle, a gift of passion, opportunity and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. Get going. You have the biggest opportunity ever to fly, and it's to do with work, okay? Make your decision to either stay where you are or follow the dream of going to somewhere different to work. But I have to say that somewhere different is going to be, it almost feels like you'll be starting at a rank that sort of feels a bit, oh, thank you, Miranda, that feels a bit lower, than where you are now. That's how I have to describe this. But what they're saying is, if you're willing to be committed and allow those moments of difference to be felt, you will fly. It's only because you're scared. And in actual fact, it's not going to be demeaning, which I think is a little bit of what you're feeling. It's actually going to be empowering, okay? But you've just got to be confident enough to give it an opportunity. And it's something to do with office work. Can't quite connect with that because it's all too fast tonight. I can't delve too deep, but this is what the card is saying, okay? So you've got your wings there, so make your decision. If you don't make the decision, nothing will change. Nothing will change. You'll stay right where you are. Okay, so that was for Jane. Luna Joy. Jane, that makes sense. Looking at a new clinic space out of home. There you go. There you go, okay? The one thing that I will say with that, Jane, is just take your time. Just make sure the space is right. And I have to quickly tell you, they're also telling you keep both. So stay home and look for the space. When you find the space, still stay at home, because some of your clients aren't going to go to the clinic. I have to tell you that bit. Home is going to be a very important space for what you do, okay? So keep it going for a while, okay? Don't let home go altogether. And for Luna Joy, I'm drawing you a card now, my love. Hopefully you're still with me, Luna Joy. Your card is 7 of Ariel. You have invested wisely, have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavour. Okay, bit of a flavour going here, isn't it? So you're standing there, you've got the angel. You're very welcome, Jane. You've got the angel there. Okay, angel there. And you've got Robert Reeves on the card there. He does the flower deck. He's a very talented man. I've actually met him and worked with him. You've invested wisely, have patience. So the patience is all the flowers growing. Okay, you've got the colour, it's all happening. You're welcome, Jane. Everybody here is welcome. So he denotes you being at the forefront and your angels are at the back, and that's Angel Ariel telling you, okay? And because you're investing wisely, because you're very present, obviously you've got the crop of flowers growing there, all right? It's all going there for you, but you've got to keep doing the work. They're saying don't be complacent. Sometimes you get a bit complacent and you just think that this beautiful field of flowers is just going to keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. You've actually got to tend to them. You've actually got to keep going. This is a bit like what Robert Reeves is showing you here with this, I'll call it a staff, you know, the stick, okay, getting around, having a look, checking it out. And he's more or less saying to you, just stop, smell the roses and think a bit more about everything that you're doing and keep tending, keep tending. And Ariel is going to help you with that. So you need to be doing that, Luna. Katie Walters, I'm up to you. Katie Walters. Okay, Katie, all right. I'm going to draw a card for you as well, Katie, and you're going to come off the top of the... Let me just give this a shuffle, get the energy out ready for you. Okay, and you're coming off the top of the deck as well. And you have Page of Ariel. Reliable, clever, educated and balanced. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. You, my lovely, are changing careers. Don't know if you've thought of it, but you're changing careers, Katie. You're going to go to something different, I feel. And when I say different, it's a whole, not, you know, components of what you do will be in where you go, but the differences will be the feel that you'll have for it, the connection that you have for it. I'm getting nursing coming in, and I don't know why, but I'm just going to give that to you. I don't question messages because they're not for me to make sense. They're to be delivered to you. So I'm just going to pop that in. So whether you're going to be tending to people who are unwell, I get disability, the word disability for some reason. So perhaps you're going to go into that field, disability, but it's not of young children though. They're old. They're older. They're older, but you've got some studies to do for as well. You've got some things to learn. But you're going to be really good at it. You're going to be really good. I don't know if you can see that card very clearly. Has all the books. It's almost like the Akashic Records. You've been there before. Okay, I deal with Akashic Records as well. Oh, hello, Kate. Oh, okay, cool. It's making sense with Katie. Okay. If I can help you getting connected, let me know, Katie. Soul Circle would be good for you for that connection. But getting into the vibe of the card, okay, you've done this before. This card comes with an energy feeling of Akashic Records, which I do delve into as well, not tonight, but I have to say connection there. You've done a lot of learning before. You're a bit of an old-fashioned lady. You've done this about 4 generations ago, so 4 soul lives ago, sorry. You've done this and you're here to repeat it. So make sure you follow through with it, because if you don't, you're going to keep coming back until you get it done. And they're saying that this lifetime is the time for you to be doing it. So please don't ignore the message. Get in there. Get in there. If I can help you to connect and become empowered, please contact me, because they're saying you really need to be doing it. Carly Ladson. I'm going to draw a card for Carly Ladson. Hope you're still here with us, Carly. And Carly's card is the Knight of Michael. Strong, committed, intellectual, diligent, trying to move quickly, choose logic over emotion, sudden changes. And that also applies to readings we've had on here already for people. Sometimes the cards will connect with everybody when they come out. So don't think that perhaps there's no message here. If things that are being delivered make sense, delivered for other people make sense to you, take it. Take it. Don't ignore it and think I can't have that information, because you can. It's a community. We share, even though the readings are for certain people. Okay, so you're on your horse, you're taking off. Okay, it's time to make your move as well. I feel like you're moving home as well, or you're considering moving home. But it's not something that you've thought about like for a long time. It's not something that's been coming up over the last 6 to 12 months, or the knowing that you're going to have it happen. It's a quick decision for very personal reasons. So just make sure that you keep yourself safe in the decisions that you make, and don't make too rash of decisions. And if you need help, call in your support network around you, please, is also what they're saying, okay? Because it's an emotional time. There's changes in relationship and family and everything around you. So call in your support system, please, if you would. Very important that you don't feel that you are alone in this moment, even though some things are happening sudden. You do have people around you, Carly, who want to be there for you. Okay, I'm going to draw cards now for Lisa Paul. I'm going to draw from my soul deck. Lisa, if you're still there. Okay, you're still there. Okay, I'm going to draw a card for Lisa Paul. Let me know if you're still there, Lisa. If you would, it's always good to know if you're still there. Lisa, you're coming from the soul journey deck of cards that I have. Wisdom, all I truly need is within me. Why are you questioning yourself? Why are you questioning yourself? We're up to Lisa Paul. Stop questioning yourself. If you can see there's like a scroll of paper. It's been unravelled. It looks a bit like a seahorse. So I hope you can see that. And then there's you up in the air, almost like you're chasing it. You want to grab onto it, okay? Well, it's time to fill that piece of paper, okay? But the reason that it's over here and you're chasing it, you're in midair, you're almost like the flying nun, is because you expect that all the answers will be written there for you. You haven't yet to see that the page is blank. Once you get hold of it, you haven't got quite hold of it. Once you get hold of it, you'll see that all the lines are blank, and they've left them blank for a good reason, and that is because you've got the answers and you need to write them down. Once you start writing them down, you will start to connect, okay? You need to start to connect, okay? Stop chasing it. Stand still. Stop flying in the air. You know, you're the air element. Remember I was talking about elements tonight? You're in the air. It's all happening up here. You're not stopping. You're not stopping is what they say. So you need to stop. You need to stop, okay? You need to stop. And when you stop, fill in that scroll. And don't go flying again until you've filled it all in. And this is not going to happen overnight. It's a work in progress. But once you start filling it in, you're going to get some surprises. And you will settle down. But this is going to take time because you don't like standing still is what they're saying, and that's the problem. You won't stand still long enough for anything to gel, and you keep questioning what's on inside. Okay, Susan Bourne, I am going to pull a card from the same deck for you. I've been drawn to the same deck for Susan. Susan Bourne, B-O-U-R-N. Let me know if you're still there, my love, if you can. If you are there. Cards jump out when I shuffle. I don't believe that they jump out for a reason. We have to read them. They just jump out because I can't shuffle. That's basically how I look at it. As long as they don't all go on the floor like they did the other week. I was doing it live and I had to stop to scoop them all up. Okay, Susan Bourne. Acceptance. I unconditionally accept, cherish and love myself just as I am. You've started it a bit, but you've got a long way to go. Trust yourself. Holding your heart in your hands, you're really nursing yourself, my friend, really nursing yourself. Just allow you to be you. Remember I talked earlier on tonight about my experiences and so forth, where I had the moment where my heart burst and I accepted myself, I accepted the love, you know, that big bang in my chest, and I learned about accepting myself with my imperfections, my flaws. This is what you need to do, okay? You've also got long hair there and you're covering half your face, if you can see that. The face is half black, half white, and your hair is right over, okay? You're shying away from everything that is your truth. So stop shying away from it for the simple reason it's going to follow you, all right? It's going to keep following you. So, Susan, if you can allow yourself to just follow you and not that of everyone else and everything around you, lift that hair up, show your face. They want you to show your face. Stop being, it's not even that you're shy, you just don't want people to see you for who you are. And you know what? I want to see you for who you are, and many others do. And that is because you're an empowered woman who's looking towards getting more empowered, okay? Don't be shy to show your imperfections, to show the things that perhaps you feel you're not proud of. We've all got different things we've either said, done, or experienced that we're not proud of. I can tell you now there's not a person walking this earth that isn't, okay? And it's okay. Get rid of that hair. Let's connect up, Susan. Let's get you on that empowerment path, okay? And that's where being in the soul, doing the work, is an empowering place for you to start. So please do. Please do. And Michelle Ann Borgo, if you are still there, please let me know if you're there. And I'm going to draw you a card from here as well. Okay, joy and ecstasy flow through me wildly and freely. Allow the love to come. It looks a bit like a dove there, doesn't it? The dove is delivering messages to your heart. You need to open the doors, okay? Open the doors, let a bit more of truth in. Hello, Michelle, good, you're there, my love, good, okay? Let a bit more of the truth in and really feel that joy that can come and flow through you, top to bottom, okay? Tippy toes to head, everything about you, in every morsel of you. You've brought a lot of stuff in from another soul life in your DNA and in your cells, and this stops you from actually allowing this energy to really pierce and get into the heart, okay? So please allow that and then feel that joy. You do have joy in your heart. I'm not saying you're someone who's down and out or depressed or feeling, out of place. You're traveling along not too badly, but there is a lot more that you could allow, and you'll really, they're saying you're going to really tip the scales if you start to do the work, okay? Hope that helps you, Michelle. All right. Okay, well, I've just got a few more minutes left here with all of you. So I'm going to draw a couple of cards and just deliver the messages for the collective. So when I say collective, the community. So that's all of you who have joined me here tonight. I do sometimes like to do that. All right. And once again, I'm sorry that I can't read for everybody on here. There's just, not enough time and energy in an hour to get through everything. And I wish there was, but, as working with energy, being an energy worker, working with spirit, a spirit always reminds me, you read for the people who are meant to receive the message in the moment. And for those who are joining in the collective, snippets and bits and pieces, or sometimes the whole of that message you've delivered for somebody else connects with. So they are really getting that nurturing, that information and the messages that they're looking for. So as I said to you, I encourage you, if you've heard anything delivered here tonight in the readings that resonates with you, makes sense, and you think, gee, that reading is for me as well, as I've said to you earlier on, take it. Take it on board, listen to the information that's delivered. By all means, Spirit doesn't say only 1 to 10 can have it. It may be given to them by name, but we can always share. Okay. Thank you, Christian. It's a pleasure. I love doing this work. I just can't imagine not doing what I do. I'm just so passionate, and I'm just so, so in there. I just enjoy it so much. When I finish these lives, any lives that I'm doing and any mentoring, any work that I do, I just get such a buzz. It's just beautiful. So I'm going to draw a couple of cards for the collective out of these cards here, okay? And I'll read to you what the cards actually say. So while I'm getting the cards out, once again, go to the blurb that I put up at the beginning of the show there, and the links to go to my website, the details is there to go to my website where you can see all my programs and services. You can go in, you can book, you can pay, and then I am in contact with you for whatever the service is that you're booking to organise your sessions and give you more information if it's a program or circle or whatever the case may be. And the reason I do it that way is because I then have a closer contact with you, and also, as I said, my booking system is changing, so I'm working on that, and I'm not willing to put in a booking system I'm not happy with yet. So that's the way I do my work at the moment. Thank you, Miranda, for your kind words. Thank you very much. I am really, really, really in gratitude for you, for your wishes and words, and everybody on here. Thank you. And also you can go to my business page, please, and the link is there. So like and share my page and keep in contact with me there as well. And also, as I said to you, I have an online soul circle starting Tuesday evening, 13th of October, 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's a commitment of 8 weekly sessions that we will do together, and you'll do lots of delving in with questions and exercises and journaling. We will do soul journey work, and we will just come in and we will just empower each other. So you can go into my website, you can book and pay for that, and then I'll be in contact with you to chat with you a bit more to prepare you. And each week I will have content that I will talk to you about. So you'll just need pen and paper and have a journal for later on in between. And we'll all connect up there doing some amazing, empowering work and just loving yourself. So, oh wow, look at the cards that I've picked. Healing and laughter. How cool is that? How cool is that, going along with what Spirit has guided me to talk to you about tonight, and also all of the messages that have come through. Wow. So I'm just going to read those to you. Healing was the first card that came out. Life is a continuous adventure of healing. There is no end to it, which I think I mentioned earlier on. For you are changing in every moment, evolving, transforming, and consistently requiring bountiful healing. Surrender wholeheartedly to full healing. Accept and welcome it in all forms. How cool is that? And that goes along with everything that I've talked about tonight in doing the work and healing and opening up and loving yourself with your perfections and imperfections, your flaws, delving, growing, evolving, changing, and with all the messages that have come through for everybody here tonight. And laughter. Live with a light heart and an easy laugh. Unreserved and good-natured laughter is embodied joy, an irresistible way to dissipate energy that is stuck within you or a situation. Whenever you can today, find a way to laugh and dissolve away any tension in your life. So after everything tonight, go and have the laughter, okay? Healing's been done here tonight on this platform, in this show, and healing further is on offer to you, is what they're saying. Follow it, do it, don't hesitate, don't second guess it, make the call, press the buttons, do whatever you need to do, but also walk away and go and laugh. Bring in the happiness and the joy, okay? Lighten up the heart, okay? Get in there, okay? Do something exciting that really makes you laugh. Just bring it in, bring it all in, just bring it all in. Oh, Katie Walters, same, sad but excited for change. Oh, Katie, a bit of sadness can actually be a good thing. I hope you understand that. You know, sadness is good because through sadness we grow. Even when we lose a loved one, whether it be a husband, wife, partner, friend, child, sibling, anybody, in that sadness, and can be terribly sad if we just lose a relationship, not through death, but just a relationship for whatever reason. We lose connections, we lose a job. You know, sadness comes with so many things on large scales and smaller scales. But what I just want you to know is that through sadness we grow, we become empowered, we can become strong, and we can learn to still live in laughter and love. Okay, so just please remember that. You don't have to stay with the sadness. You can choose to stay with sadness, but that's up to you. But if you choose to stay in sadness, you're never going to live a fulfilled life. Okay, I've had lots of sadness in my life, and the thing that I have become empowered about over the years is that when I stayed in that sadness and in that grief for whatever the experience and the situation was, that's exactly how I lived. And once I learned to let it go, to understand that sadness and connect with it and know that I can still live, I can still laugh, I can still have fun, and I can do so many things, therein lays the difference of the life that you lead. And there again is empowerment. Empowerment, okay? All right, well, my time is up tonight, unfortunately, and I thank each and every one of you who have been here tonight with me. It's been a wonderful show tonight. It's been really fantastic. I feel really empowered myself, so I hope that all of you feel very empowered. I look forward to hearing from you all. I look forward to seeing you come into my circle. Don't waste any time. Get in there and book yourself in, and we will all join together and support each other, and we're all going to grow. We're all going to have lots of laughs as well as doing all the hard work. I thank you so much. Be well, be safe, and be happy till I am back on here. I'll be back on here again next Tuesday evening, 6 p.m., beg my pardon, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Southern Sydney is where I live in New South Wales, Australia. So I hope that you've all enjoyed the show. Much love to you all, and I will see and speak to you all soon. Thank you, Christian. You've just popped up my details. That's wonderful, wonderful. Christian, if you would contact me by private message, if you would, please, Christian. Okay, I would like to speak with you if I may. Send me a PM through my business page, Christian. I'd like to have a chat with you if you would. And thank you all too, just before I log off, thank you all too for your kind words of appreciation and appreciating, just appreciating me for who I am. And, when we appreciate each other and we express that appreciation, it can be empowering for the person receiving, but it's empowering for the person who is giving. And we need the giver and we need the receiver. And if we have a giver and a receiver come together, it's so much more beauty. I hope that makes sense to you. It did to me in my head, so I'm hoping it made sense to you. But by giving and receiving, when we blend it together, it's like two lovers, two souls who've come together, it just gels. It makes the world a beautiful place to be, even in the hard times. So remember also, when you give, you receive back as well. Always remember that. So now I'm going to sign off because I could keep talking and I'm not able to. I've gone over time now. So thank you once again. Talk to you all soon. Good night, everyone.